Hey everyone! In this tutorial video I will show you step by step how you can create an amazing header for your PrestaShop store using Creative Elements Page Builder. This is how the default header looks like in PrestaShop Classic theme, which we would like to replace. If you use a different theme, that's not a problem either, as the tutorial applies to any theme. So in this video we will create a header from scratch, with logo, drop-down navigation menu, product search with instant image results, custom user menu, sidebar shopping cart, and on the top, a small info bar with language selector. After we are ready with the desktop version, we will optimize it for other devices like tablets. And as you can see, on mobiles we will have a really compact and minimal header. Then we will make it sticky, so when you scroll, a part of the header sticks to the top of the browser, so your customers can reach the navigation and cart, even if they scroll down. So let's dive in and build our own header. First we will upload our logo and design, theme and logo menu point. You can browse the picture, but I'll just drop the image on the upload field and save it. If you go to your front office and refresh the page, you can see that the new logo has been applied. Okay, let's go back to the back office. Open Creative Elements, Theme Builder. Click on Add New button. Here we can give a name for our header and choose the header type. Click on Save and Stay and open the live editor. As you can see, the library jumps up with our pre-made header blocks. If you would like to build a header very quickly, they can be a good starting point as well. Just import and modify to suit your needs. But now I will create everything from scratch. Let's add a new section with 2 columns. Set the content width to the same value as the other parts of the site. Drag an intersection to the left column. This element will be very useful later for our mobile header. Insert the site logo widget to the left column. Align to the left. Place the navigation menu to the right column of this intersection. It will need a little more space, but first let's make the whole left column a little bigger. That will be fine. And now we can make enough room for the menu. Good. As you can see, the menu is not well aligned. Let's improve this in the intersection layout settings. Change the content position to middle. And we can remove also the column gap, since on the top it is good to save space. If you hide the panel, you can check how our header looks right now. We will make a little style adjustment on the menu. I disable the underline now, but you can explore the other possibilities as well. On the Style tab we can change the hover color to what we use in other parts of the page. Great! As you can see, the submenus have dark background color by default for hover. We need to change this as well. As a small comment, if you have different number of menu items, you can play with space between option 2. Now I leave on default. Okay, so we can set up the hover for the background. And for the text. It looks great, but as you can see the submenu blends with the background. So we will add a little shadow for it. Slightly increase the blur. Move the shadow a little down. And make it more transparent. It looks really great now. Okay, it's time to turn our attention to the right side. Drag the shopping cart widget. As you can see, I have already added some items to my cart. Since I would like to have a really minimal look, I switch off the subtotal near the cart icon. I also remove the border around. and make the icon a little bigger. Now we can choose a much better looking cart icon. As you can see, there are quite a few options from different styles. I will take now this one. Go back to Style tab and choose a darker color for the icon. And for hover, the previous brown. It is possible to design the item's indicator as well. I will choose the brown color here too, and move it a little down with the top distance parameter. Great! Let's design the sidebar shopping cart. If you click on the icon, you can open the sidebar anytime. We can add on the top our custom text for the customer. For example, your cart. It appeared instantly here. For the UI elements, we can set up custom color. And for the hover too. Let's style the title a little by choosing the dark color. Set up the typography to the same font family, to a bigger font size. And we can make a little more space around it with the line height. It is also possible to change or even fully eliminate the dividers as well. Let's style our items in the cart. It is worth paying attention to not use a lot of different colors on the page. Great! The summary section can also be styled well. I choose the same font family. A slightly lighter color. And we can highlight the total price better with a bigger font size. With some spacing. And with a dark color. Now we reached the last section on the cart, the buttons. They can be aligned in line or under each other. Here I also changed the font family and the letter spacing. Of course, you can customize the colors of the buttons. And for the hover state too. We can do the same for the checkout button, but with the brown color. And for the hover, a lighter one. I think they are looking great. Let's hide the editor panel to check how it works. The shopping cart has a great overall look now. The only thing left is to move the icon to the right. This way we can make room for the other icons. For this, let's go to the Advanced tab, Custom Positioning, and choose the Align option. As a little extra information, if you want to arrange multiple widgets in a row in the same column, use the Align option on each item. We can align the icon to the center too. Looks great so. Let's go to the column settings. Here you can set the vertical align to middle and the horizontal align to the end. It's starting looking better, but as you can see, there is a little too much space around it. Click on the widget. And on the Styles tab, we can manage the padding. Great! Now we can place the sign-in widget to the right column. Since I already logged into the front office, you can see the customizable user menu. It has different style now than our navigation menu, but it can be easily improved. Just right-click on the edit icon of the nav menu, then on copy. And also right-click on the sign-in widget, then paste style. As you can see, we have successfully copied the style, including colors, fonts, shadows. I will switch off the underline, the submenu indicator, and if you switch to the Signed In tab, you can remove the first name. As you can see, it has a lot of other options too. Let's switch to the Style tab and set a bigger icon size. On the Content tab, you can change the icon too. The submenu is aligned to the left by default, but here you can change the alignment to the right. Great! As you see, the widget takes now the full width of the column, but we would like to align near the cart icon. To achieve this, go to the Advanced tab of the Sign In widget, Custom Positioning, and set the width parameter to inline. Then align to the middle. The spaces is slightly bigger around the icon, so go to Style tab and set up the horizontal and vertical paddings. As I see, they are looking great now. It's time to add a search widget to our header to make our products even more accessible. I will choose the minimal skin for now. Set a smaller size. And we can use the same technique to move the search box in line with the other icons. So in Advanced tab, we can choose the inline value. If you would like to control the width of the search area, it is also possible. Just choose Custom. And here you can set up any width. I also align it to center like the previous widgets. The distance here is a little smaller. So on Advanced tab, we can add a little margin to the right. I need a little more. It will be perfect so. Now we can style our search bar with rounded corners. Set the icon size. And we can choose a minimal search icon. If you would like to change the contents of the result list, here you can do it. If you write a keyword to the search bar, you will see the live results in the editor too. This will allow you to style it better. We can make the cancel icon a little smaller. Perfect. Now we can design the result list. Align it to the right. Since I would like to make it to the same style like the drop-down menus, I remove the border and set up some box shadow. It looks great. Let's make some space between the results and the search bar. Okay, now we will fine-tune the products as well. Click on the Hover tab and choose a background color. Since I need a light color in the background, I will reduce the opacity. For the product name, we can add the brown color. Looks good. If the lines of the interface bother you, you can hide the panel at any time. We are now ready with the main part of our header. This is what it looks like. It looks pretty decent. It's time to create the info bar on the top. Let's add a section with 3 columns. Set the same width like before. On the Style tab, choose a dark background color. Let's drag a heading widget to the middle. Here we can write any information for our customers. As you can see, the text is not visible because it has a black color by default, but we can change it, of course. On the Style tab, we can pick a white text color. Since this text is not so important, I will choose span HTML wrapper tag, align it to center. Here you can place your link. On the Style tab, I set up a little smaller font size. And underline text decoration. It looks great. If you would like, you can set this text also exactly to middle. For this, click on the section and set the content position. OK. Now we can place the language selector widget to the right column. It has a dark text color by default, so I change it to white on the Style tab. As you can see, it shows actually the language, but you can enable the country flag and ISO code too. Now I add the country flag and change the display to the ISO code. I also remove the submenu indicator icon. Align it to the right. And remove the underline on hover. Great! Here you can play with the horizontal and vertical padding. Let's style the drop-down. Choose dark background and light text color. Set up the horizontal and vertical padding. And you set the distance to be exactly over under the info bar. Hide the panel. As I see, it could be a little bigger. It looks great. As you can see, if you move the mouse close to the login menu, it opens. This is because the user widget have higher z-index. This can be easily fixed if we go to the Advanced tab and set up a higher z-index value. It works as expected. Now that we are ready with the desktop version, it's time to check and optimize for mobile devices. We are going from top to bottom. As you can see, this info message could go to the left side, because there is plenty of space. We can hide this column on the right on the Advanced tab. Hide it on tablet and on mobile. If you hide the editor panel, you can always check how it looks like. Since we have more space, we can set the column width to 50%. And for the right column too, the text can be aligned to the left. The top bar looks great. Now we can fine-tune the main section too. First, align the search box with the icons. Since the navigation menu has burger icon fallback, we can manage the space more easily. So we can give a smaller width for the left column and a slightly bigger for the right. As you can see, it immediately took up the available space. It is important that the two columns together have 100% width. Now we can turn our attention to the left column. Here we can take advantage of the fact that we used an intersection earlier, because it has the advanced possibility to reverse the columns on tablet and on mobile. So we have the burger icon on the left, which is the usual place on responsive websites. Let's move our site logo next to the menu. Open the left column settings of our intersection and set up a small width that fits the burger icon. And give the remaining part of the width to the logo. Now we can reduce the size of the logo slightly. 75% will be great. Now we can fine-tune the navigation. Let's open the settings. And on the Content tab, check the full width option for mobile drop-down. So if you click on the icon, the menu will take the full width of the device. If we go to Style tab, we can design the toggle button too. I will choose a white background color. And fine-tune the size too. We can further optimize the drop-down menu for mobile devices by making the touchable menu items larger. Let's open the drop-down tab and increase the vertical padding. Great! Now we can test the search as well. I think it is fine too. The user menu and the shopping cart seems also great. Now it's time to optimize your header for mobile as well. As you can see, the info message does not use the full width here. So we can pull the language selector up. We need to find out how much width the left column needs. 75% seems to be good. So we can add for the next column 25%. The top bar looks very good this way. We have a little more to do down here. The search bar on mobile is very space consuming. So we can hide it in advanced settings. If you hide the panel, you can see that it starts to look better. Now let's move the two icons up here. To achieve this, we need to narrow down the first column. 58% will be enough for the burger icon and logo. And set 42% for the next column. Great! The icon seems good on the right. Now we need to move the logo up. To achieve this, we need to make the first column of the intersection narrower again. With 22% we will have a little distance too. And set the remaining 78% for the next column. It looks really great now. The user menu seems good and the shopping cart does too. But there is an element that is missing from the overall picture, the search bar. So let's go back to desktop mode. Right-click and duplicate the search widget. We will set up this one for mobile. Choose the top bar skin. On Style tab, set the icon size to maximum. Go back to Content tab and set the size to match the other icons. Since the widget is too wide, go to Custom Positioning and set the width to inline. We can give a little bigger distance to the right. Looks great so. You can now set this widget to appear only on mobile, so I invert these settings. Great! Don't forget to update. So, as you can see, the search bar appears on desktop and on tablet as well. On mobile we will have a search icon, which when clicked, it brings up the top search bar. Thus, all functions are still fully available on mobile as well. So this is the way how you can optimize the header for mobile devices. If you go to the front office and refresh the page, you can see that the original header is still there. So if you have a live shop, your customers can use the web shop without interruption while you work on the header. It's time to change the header to new what we just made. Click on the burger icon here and navigate back to the back office. Click on Templates. And on the bottom at Theme Settings, you can choose a new header. Save it. Go to the front office and refresh the page. As you can see, the new header appeared. I think it looks really good, but there is one more thing that can make our header even better. Let's go back to the back office and open our header in the editor. Select the main section. Click on Advanced tab, Motion Effects, and set the sticky option to top. This applies to all devices. As you scroll down, you can see the header snaps to the top, but it's completely transparent. This can be easily solved. Go to Style tab, select the classic background type, and choose a white color for it. Now with the filled background color, the texts are easy to read. Both on tablet and on mobile devices. Save our work and navigate to the front office. So when we scroll down on our page, the most important area of the header will be always visible. This means that our customers will be able to reach the navigation, the shopping cart, and instant search on our shop at any moment. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Go ahead and explore the possibilities on your own shop too. Have fun creating, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips and tutorials.